Yo, what's happening, world? B Marsh Boxing. We back at it with another boxing video. So I'm sitting here watching this presser for the World Boxing Super Series final between Regis Prograis and Josh Taylor and Dereck Chisora versus Joseph Parker on the undercard, as well as Lee Selby versus Ricky Barnes on the undercard. Um, Regis Prograis and Josh Taylor are the headliners for this show. It even shows on the poster. You see the poster right there behind Dereck Chisora, you know what I mean, at the presser. Well, Dereck Chisora ain't having it. He goes off on the man Eddie Hearn, live and direct in front of the public. I don't know how many people are there inside that hall that they're in where they're conducting the presser. But he goes off on the man Eddie Hearn, you know what I mean? He talks about nobody gives a fuck about the Muhammad Ali trophy. Who are these guys? The heavyweight division's back. These are we had two top 10 heavyweights. Me and Derek Chisora is referring to him and Joseph Parker. The heavyweight division's back, and we you know we should be making the money and be headlining this show. And he told the man Eddie Hearn live and direct in front of the journalists, the media, the public, everybody. I mean, we're watching it here. I'm over here in the United States watching this pressure from the United Kingdom. Everybody around the world heard the man say, "If I'm on the undercard, then you got to pay me more money." Well, the fact is, I personally think it was disrespectful, first and foremost, to even say nobody gives a fuck. Those are his exact words. He didn't say nobody cares, or he said nobody gives a fuck about the Muhammad Ali trophy. Well, there's plenty of boxing fans who do. Does Derek Chisora have a point as far as saying that he and Joseph Parker should be headlining? Sure enough, he does. No doubt about it. Josh Taylor is not a big commodity. He's not a big name in the name of boxing. Talented fighter, just as Regis Prograis is. You know what I mean? I personally think these two guys, Regis Prograis and Josh Taylor, are more talented than the heavyweight Joseph Parker and Derek Chisora. But at the end of the day, Ricky Burns is not a headliner. Regis Prograis coming out there to the UK, so he definitely ain't headlining nothing over there. Regis Prograis and Josh Taylor here in the United States. Great fight anywhere it is on the planet, but here in the United States, it's not even a big deal like it would be over there in the United Kingdom. You know what I mean? Derek Chisora, heavyweights. He basically told Eddie Hearn, I feel like I'm being effed, and I'm just, censoring myself because that was kind of extreme. Talking about he says I feel like I'm being effed with no Vaseline, but that's Derek Chisora, man. Derek Chisora has shown some homosexual tendencies before. I'm not gonna get into that, so I'm not surprised when he said those type of statements and him going off. He didn't throw a table this time at nobody. John Regis Prograis tried to interfere and said we're the number one, not interfere, but interject his comments saying, we're the number one and number two guy between Taylor and himself. Prograis, they're fighting for unified belts, two belts. The Ring Magazine belt is also on the line. So there's a lot more at stake. But I also see where Derek Chisora is coming from as far as Joseph Parker's a former world champion. Derek Chisora feels like, he's coming off a spectacular knockout versus guys like Takum and Arthur Spilka in the last fight. So he probably feels like, we're the heavyweights, like we should be getting more praise, more money, and actually should be headlining. I wouldn't be mad one bit if Eddie Hearn did change his tune and put these guys as the main event. You know what I mean? But I personally think there's better ways to handle it as far as Derek Chisora is concerned. Disrespecting Eddie Hearn and Regis Prograis, who interjected while the man was going through his tirade, I think that was childish. As a matter of fact, why are you even sitting there if you think you deserve to be the headliner? You should have taken that up with your manager, David Hay. David Hay is the one who negotiates the deals with the promoters. Derek Hay is the one who's in charge of your revenue and how much you're gonna get as far as what he has negotiated. So that's something you should take up privately with David Hearn and I said David Hearn. David Hay and Eddie Hearn, respectfully. Now, I mean, can't be bringing that up at the press conference, all acting like you're a bad man. But at the end of the day, you are getting effed with no Vaseline because you look like a dummy, dogs. You sitting there crying about money. Well, this is stuff that you should have negotiated or handled on the sideline, in the back doors, in negotiation rooms. You can't be bringing that up here at the press conference in front of the whole media, you know what I mean? And disrespecting Eddie Hearn, who's giving you some good opportunities for a guy whose career, after those that Derek Chisora, I'm sorry, Dillian White knockout, he's lucky to be in this position still where he can, be fighting in front of on big platforms in front of large audiences, whether he and Parker are the headliners or not. So that's just my opinion, what I think about the man Derek Chisora, man. The main guy to attack, or you should be angry about, or have anything to talk to about, is David Hay. And that's your manager, and talk to him behind closed doors. All right, be much Boxley, your thoughts and comments, and we out of here. Gone.